Hi, in this brief video, we'll take a look at how Canvas discussion boards can support your instructional goals. We'll explore ways that Canvas can help you build class community, get your students ready for summative assessment, and create inclusive, personalized instruction. So let's get started. This is an example of a Canvas discussion board. The teacher has given students a prompt. In this case, the prompt is a math question. Students must identify one of the wrong answer choices and explain why it is a wrong response. Then students have the option to reply to each other's responses. They can use accountable talk practices to agree or disagree with each other. In this way, we're increasing the amount of talking we're doing or discussing about math. Students reply by typing in the reply text box. Because the instructor has given a vocabulary requirement, all students are required to use the word denominator in their response. This gives students practice using grade-level academic language. Here's another example of a discussion board, this time from an ELA class. The teacher has used the rich text editor to provide an image of the text that students will be reading. And since they were using the text editor, they were able to record a video of themselves reading it as well. This supported their language learners. In the discussion prompt, the instructor asked students to identify evidence from the text in their response. In this way, the discussion board has provided students an opportunity to practice typing extended responses as they write about text evidence. In this final example of a discussion board, the teacher has asked the student to explore their morning meeting prompt digitally. While surely most morning meetings should be face-to-face, this is a creative way to add variety to your morning meeting. And it is a fun way to give quiet students a choice and voice over the way they respond. Because students can respond to a discussion board using the rich text editor, students who may not like to talk can reply with a picture or a file or text. Students who are more outgoing can reply by posting a video. Giving students a choice and voice in the way they share can give students creative outlets to express themselves in new ways. Now let's look at how you can make your own discussions for your students. Navigate to Canvas and open the course where you want to post the discussion. From the course navigation, find the area for discussions. This opens an area where you can view all of the discussions you've had in the past with students. At the top right of the page, you can click plus discussions to create a new discussion. From here, you're going to build the discussion. Start by giving it a good name. Below this, you have a rich content editor that you can use to give students explicit directions. You can start by adding some text directions, but remember, you also have the ability to add images or record yourself with video to support emergent language learners. You can add documents and do all sorts of editing to make your discussion board instructions more interesting for students. In this discussion, I asked students to tell me how they will show gratitude today. And then I even give them some directions on what I want them to do with their classmates' responses. I want them to pick at least two that they like. I also list some required vocabulary. They must use at least one of these words in their response. And I give them some grammar requirements. The more explicit directions you give for students in your discussion boards, the better their work will be. If you scroll down, you can see that you have lots of options to set for your discussion. You can post it to just certain sections of your courses. You can attach a file. You can allow students to reply to each other in threads. You may make the requirement that students must post their response before they view anyone else's response. You can make the discussion board graded. Even if you don't plan to grade this discussion board, if you make it graded, you get the option to use the speed grader to view every response to every thread that each student has. It's a nice convenient way to see how much students participated with the discussion, so it's worth considering. You can check to make students able to like each other's posts, and you can add the discussion board to students' to-do list. Down at the bottom, you can set the available dates for the discussion if you want it to close at a certain time. When you're done, click Save and Publish. Congratulations, you've created your first discussion board.